the Ag Meter here at the World Ag Expo, and I'm talking to one of my favorites, Priscilla Koepke from F3i Innovate. We talked back in, I want to say before May, and how is it going so far? Because we had a great talk in Reedley.
Yeah, no, that was at Reedley. Things have been great since then. I think the team has grown since I saw you last, and we've been launching more programs and moving into 2026. We're so excited and what we have in store, but I think being here at our booth at the World Ag Expo, welcome to our podcast area. This is a big deal for us. This is our first time here.
I'm telling you right now, this is a great booth here at the World Ag Expo. This is something else. And the design, the whole booth, you're very impressive here.
Oh, the team's great. We have a master of ceremonies. He did a fantastic job, and the team has been here for a week setting up, and we're grateful to have all of our partners here with us and the startups that we've been supporting, and so it's been just a fantastic gathering for us.
Well, we're talking with Priscilla Koepke from F3i Innovate. Well, tell AgNet West, what is F3i Innovate? Keep us updated. What is it?
Yeah, so F3 stands for Farms Food Future. And we are a nonprofit that was really built to drive the ag tech innovation ecosystem here in the Central Valley. We came out of the F3 initiative, which was a big program that was started a few years ago, really to focus on agriculture and building the economy here in the Central Valley and on the components of what that means. And for us, we do that through a number of pillars, is what I like to call them, and from talent to different investment vehicles and different commercialization programs.
What I love what Priscilla Koepke and F3i Innovate, what I love back when we talked in Reedley is you love educating, getting the kids involved, because that's the future of farming.
Oh yeah, we've had over 200 students just over the last couple days come by our space, and we've supported their entry here into the World Ag Expo and getting them exposed to really all the cool technologies happening and having fun with talking to the vendors and learning. And so we do a lot in that space, but really at the heart and core, heart and soul of what we're doing is that we know we need the talent, the next generation that needs to go into agriculture and food and really drive those innovation, run the farms, and be that inspiration for what's to come.
We're talking with Priscilla Koepke, the CEO from F3i Innovate. And when you talk education, I really feel like there's so many people in farming, and I tell the parents all the time, your son or daughter doesn't have to get their boots dirty in farming anymore. There's so many great automated jobs in the future.
What we like to say is that it doesn't matter what you're studying or what discipline, computer science, engineering, marketing, political science, and everything in between, there's a job for you in agriculture. And we need more students interested in this space. The future of farming is actually super, super exciting when you think about all of the technology that will be integrated into operations. I like to say that the farm of the future is actually a tech company. So we need that expertise coming in and helping drive that future. So
what got you fired up? We're talking with Priscilla Koepke. I want to know about Priscilla. How did you get involved with the innovation in farming?
Well, honestly, I was building my own startup, and I had engaged with UC Merced, and that was really my foot into the Central Valley, and we had talked about using the platform I was building, integrating data from robots in fields with the computer vision, and to help identify the problems in the fields, to really alert the grower on where they needed to pay attention. And it was through that engagement that I learned about F3. And one thing after another, I was brought on as the first CEO of the new nonprofit, and tasked with building the strategy around how do we tackle this enormous problem and build it into something that's really going to drive that impact for the region, and bringing all of the partners together and aligning everyone from the growers, academia, and industry into the same room and driving that path forward.
We're talking with Priscilla Koepke from F3i Innovate. The Ag Meter's dream is, I talk to a lot of farmers, and third, fourth, fifth generation. I want to keep the generations going. We've got to take care of the small town farmers, because it's not easy in California with all the regulations and everything. We've got to take care of them. And I'm sure you agree with that.
Oh, 100%. So one of the big arms of F3 is F3 Local, and they focus on the local small farms and producers and really providing them the resources and the tools they need to help them thrive. Right, and so I think that's a big component of us working with the organization CAF, who actually have a space here at our pavilion. And I think we can't forget the small farmers. They're a big part of the ecosystem here. And so it's, when we think about solutions and innovations, it's not just those, high cost solutions that the big growers can afford, but it's how can we build solutions that are affordable, that will help those small growers be resilient as they face all of those challenges.
No question. We're talking with Priscilla Koepke, the CEO from F3 Innovate. And again, farming is everything. As long as we eat, I mean, until we stop eating as humans, then I get it. But farming, we have to take care. California has the greatest soil, Scandinavian soil in the world. We got to make sure they're happy. And my job is I loved all the great automation that's coming in, but how does it fit into their program? How can they make money in the future? Because we know labor's out of hand.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I think, to your point, California agriculture is just the breadbasket. It's the most agriculturally productive region in the country, and one could probably argue globally. And so when we talk about the food security of the state of California, it is the food security of our nation. And this region just needs the attention, it needs the investment, it needs the technology and innovations that are going to help it thrive, because it is the healthy food that we put on our tables that come right from this region. We're
talking with Priscilla Koepke from F3 Innovate. She's the CEO. What I want to see better is, right now we have a $36 billion deficit, meaning there's more food coming into the United States than going out. We've got to change that. We've got to make sure that California is feeding the world still. And I think with the automation Priscilla, what you guys are doing is fantastic. And I see, when you first started, how much have you seen automation grow since you started in this?
It's grown a lot, right? I think it's gone from, I think we're kind of in that in-between phase, right? Is that we're seeing developments, we're seeing things that are starting to really work, right? And one of the things when we talk about automation, though, it's not about taking jobs away from the workers, it's about creating those jobs that are going to be better, safer, and more efficient. And so the big component of what we're working on, in parallel with the technology automating and advancing, is really around the development of that talent and focus on the workforce. And that's where the talent piece comes in, because we can't do one without the other. We're facing labor shortages, but we still need to support those workers who are in agriculture and ensuring that they still have jobs. They're just different jobs.
We're talking with Priscilla Koepke from F3 Innovate, the CEO. 100%, you're nailing it. And I love how you're working with universities, colleges, with the educational part. Tell me about some of those stories.
Yeah, so we work very closely. So two of our key partners, UC Merced and Fresno State, both their president and chancellor are on our board, as well as the president of Merced College. So we're with Merced College and Reedley College, and it's really about bringing them to the table and understanding how they all have a unique place in this ecosystem and different strengths. And what we're doing is trying to understand what is the research that's happening in each of those locations, and what can we do to help get those really cool, innovative solutions out of the lab and into the field, and using our network of connections with the growers and making sure that the ones that we do pull out are addressing those problems that the growers really want solved. Right, and bridging that gap, because that's always been a gap. And so it's about supporting the students who are working in those spaces. It's about helping them get jobs, and it's about taking those research projects and getting it out into the field.
I'm a former Bulldog. Go Dogs! I love that. I love because Fresno State's such a big ag school, and I think they get that. They see the future. You got to educate. Is FFA a big thing with F3 Innovate?
We work with them, not directly. That's one of those things that we're working on. So getting our talent programs into that space. I think we have a lot of interest in bringing that technology lens into the FFA world. And so, you know, our talent programming team is working on some of that.
We're talking with Priscilla Koepke, F3 Innovate, the CEO. What do you tell mom and dad? There's so many kids right now who really don't know what to do with their next future. They've never been on a farm. They think the magic land is they can get cucumbers and tomatoes at the grocery store. They don't know. But how do you educate them? Maybe there could be a future in farming.
Oh, you got to start early. Right. I think about my own childhood and what I learned and was exposed to, and I think that's been a lot of inspiration of like, why do you need to go early? It's getting them in the fields and around and gardening, right, and farming and showing them where their food comes from, how it's grown, how it's harvested, how it gets from the field to the store, and then it's about showing them, well, how does technology play a part of that broader picture? And so it's been really inspirational, and the work that we've been doing is when you get those students into the field and you just see their eyes light up and you see the wheels are turning inside, and it's just so exciting because you're like, okay, there are some ones that just raise their hand and like, you know what? I really care about our earth. I care about the soil. I care about the food that I'm putting in my mouth or that's on the table at night. And that's what it takes sometimes. And then you start seeing that they carry that through. And so when we talk about our talent programs, it's like, how can we keep those sparks going at every point in the educational journey?
We're talking with Priscilla Koepke, the CEO of F3 Innovate, and you're absolutely right. The light goes on. I think it's great because I love when the farm bureaus that I interview, they always have farm days, elementary schools on the farm.
Yeah.
They got to know where food comes from, and I think we're doing a better job. What do you see F3 Innovate in the future for? I know, tell us about what can people do to get involved with F3 Innovate?
Oh, well, I would say check out our website, f3i.org. You can sign up to get our newsletter, reach out to us about any of the programs that we have. And there's multiple ways to engage, you know, depending on where you are in the ecosystem. But startups, we have a number of programs to support startups, provide them different funding opportunities to help them scale. There's a lot of opportunities to use us as a way to help find connections in the space, whether they're growers in the Central Valley, they have solutions that might be relevant, they need advice or guidance, they come to us for that. We also will be launching very soon, within the next month, our AI Supercomputing Center in Fresno, and we'll be opening that platform.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so when we look at the innovation ecosystem, we're like, okay, AI is this really big thing, right? And everyone talks about AI and its impact in the space, but I would argue we don't really know fully the impact of AI. So let's figure that out. Let's start, you know, digging into that and really trying to understand how can we apply AI to problems that the growers have, solutions that they're looking for, and then building the data and then trying to figure out how to do that. And so we have data challenges that we're launching every quarter that dig into special use cases that we really align with our network and getting feedback from the growers and industry and what matters. And then students can engage and participate and compete in those data challenges. And so the Supercomputing Center is a way for us to bring compute power to the Central Valley. When we think about infrastructure that our region needs in order to become an innovation ecosystem, this is one piece of that. And so it's not, I would say, capacity that our region has. And so we want to bring that to the region and start building out different clusters so that we can expand it across the Central Valley and allow startups, students, researchers to access this compute cluster and be able to start innovating and just really applying AI and working with us through different models and trying to figure out how do we find those cool solutions that are going to address those problems.
What's amazing to me as we talk to Priscilla Koepke from F3 Innovate, she's the CEO, you haven't even hit the surface yet of how good you're going to be in the future. It looks like you're just getting there. You're like a little baby still going,
kind of,
and that's what's fantastic.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, we've been at it for a year, so yeah, we're new, but we've been working really hard. The team is just incredible. We've grown from 1 to 6 over the course of the year. We're continuing to grow, and I think to your point, we're just getting started, and we're so excited of what's to come.
Yeah, but you have so many angles. You want kids to learn, you want colleges, you want to educate, and you want people to join the team, to invest with you.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Yeah, so we have all these ways to engage, and we're really trying to sit, like I said, we're kind of at that nexus, right? We're the integrator of bringing people together and problem solving. That's always something that has driven me, is just come to us with your problems and let's figure out how to find that solution.
Right now you're focused, we're talking Priscilla Koepke, you're focused on the Central Valley and broadening out. I mean, tell me, how's it going? You're right in the area, but what would you like to be? Throughout California, United States soon?
Well, we already have partnerships with Central Coast, San Diego, UC San Diego, and so we're kind of broadening our reach there. We're running the Farm Robotics Academy, which is coming out of UC&R, but we're the partner that's running that for the North and Central San Joaquin Valleys. And so, yeah, we're starting to see kind of our reach expanding, and we also have a number of international partnerships already that are really built on helping bring knowledge back and forth between our respective regions and countries, and understanding what's happening in the ag world there. What technologies are you working on? Is there something that we can do to transfer that and bring that here, and vice versa? And so, yeah, we're working on expanding our reach for sure.
Well, we're at the World Ag Expo with Priscilla Koepke from F3i Innovate, the CEO. What do you see in the World Ag Expo when we're sitting here next year for 2027?
It's all right.
Yeah, sorry about that. But what do we look at next year, the World Ag Expo for 2027? What do you see a year from now?
Oh, well, I think what we would love to see is the automated, robots and different tractors and tools more advanced. I think it's been slow, but it's starting to get there. They're starting to mature more, and so we also hope for our space, it will be bigger and better next year. We'll have more startups under our umbrella that we'll be bringing here, and I would argue that many of the startups that you see in our space today, in our innovation alley, which is what we're calling it, will also have scaled, and you'll see the growth from them. And we tell them, you're part of our F3 family now, and we will be there in the trenches with you and to help you grow, and that's our goal. So next year is to have more of them under our umbrella, and to see all of them bigger and more successful than they are today.
Well, you got the ag meter on the team. We're talking Priscilla Koepke. Again, if they want to get involved, right now they're excited. They're pulling the truck over. How do they get involved with F3i Innovate?
F3i.org, and then email us at info@f3innovate.org, and we will be in touch.
You got a great team. They're all friendly, all want to talk. So I love this. You got a great booth here at the World Ag Expo.
Oh, well, I'd be happy for you to bring them in and talk to them too.
Yes, we'll set up a time. I love this. Well, thank you so much. This has been great.
Oh, thank you, Nick. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Priscilla Koepke, F3i Innovate, and that's the perfect name for it, because you're an innovation company. So best of luck.
Thank you.
I want you on as many times as you can get on. I want to see a company grow like you're doing. I want to be part of it.
Oh, thank you. Welcome to the family.
All right, I'm in. Thank you. Priscilla Koepke, F3i Innovate.